Hello and welcome back to Living Abroad. Today I have an insanely crazy story for you guys coming from the Philippines. We'll share the story, read some comments, and I'll share my personal thoughts at the end. 11 arrested at Mactan-Cebu Airport for attempting to transport nearly $500 million pesos in cash. 11 people, including 7 foreign nationals, were arrested on Friday night at Mactan-Cebu International Airport after allegedly attempting to transport almost $500 million pesos in undeclared cash. According to the PNP spokesperson, General Fajardo, the suspect arrived at the airport carrying multiple pieces of luggage and were scheduled to fly to Manila aboard a private plane around 11:30 p.m. Authorities flagged the group after they tried to avoid the required X-ray screening. Initially, they declared only 3 suitcases, but it turned out that 7 trolley bags. When the luggage was scanned, images resembling stacks of money were detected, Fajardo said. The PNP Aviation Security Group inspected the bags and found cash totaling 441,922,542 pesos plus 168,000 US dollars and 1,000 Hong Kong dollars. The arrested individuals included 6 Chinese nationals, 1 Malaysian, 1 Indonesian, and 1 Kazakhstani, and 2 Filipinos. The suspect initially refused to explain the source of the money. Later, a representative appeared at the airport and presented a certificate claiming the funds belonged to White Horse, a casino junket operator in Cebu. According to the PNP, White Horse is one of those junket operators previously linked to the movement of ransom money in the kidnapping and the slaying of case involving businessman Anson Quay. Quote, "This is a huge amount of money. With just 2 days left before the elections, the origin of the cash is highly questionable. It seems the certificate was produced as an afterthought to justify the money. But the situation is suspicious, especially since all those carrying the cash were foreigners," Fajardo noted. The group is facing charges for violating Commission of Elections regulations regarding the transport and possession of large sums of money during the election period. Authorities also considered filing money laundering and immigration-related charges. Further scrutiny revealed that 1 Chinese national and the Malaysian were carrying a fake driver's license. Another suspect had a pending arrest warrant, and 1 individual was listed under Interpol Red Notice for fraud. All 11 are currently under PNP custody and will undergo inquest proceedings. Investigations are ongoing. Absolutely mad. Think about it. $500 million in just cash. So many questions here. First of all, what are you doing? You think you can just sneak by 7 trolleys full of cash? Look here, man. Initially, I thought this was like a commercial flight. I'm like, what's going on? Then I saw it was private. Even then, you still got to go through the actual screening, right? You got to go to the X-rays and do all that stuff. Okay, I want to try to slow down and think of what I want to say. So firstly, 9 foreigners, right? What are they doing carrying that much cash? Where are their work visas? What do they do? And the whole casino thing, I worked in a casino, right? And even though it was in Canada, I'm pretty sure Philippines might operate similarly. Nobody's going to hand you over $500 million in cash. They're going to either write you a check, transfer it, or do something. Even if you wanted the cash, you have to give them notice. They're not just going to give you what they have in holdings because they have to run a business. That's just a small question that ran through my mind. Another thing is like, imagine how many times somebody may have done this and didn't get caught because this is a private aircraft. I'm thinking people would probably just pay somebody off thinking we're going to go through and something went wrong here and it just doesn't make sense. And the whole certificate afterthought, let me know. What do you think this is? Do you think this is like a pogo situation where it's like illegal online gaming? Do you think this is like election buying situation? Do you think there's some kind of other nonsense like ransom money? There's just so much to try to figure out because that's a whole ton of money. If my math is correct, 400, so 4 divided by 5. So that's about $8 million in cash if you do convert that into, let me see if I'm right. Yeah, 7.9 million US dollar, not to even count the 168,000 that was in USD. So just absolutely wild to think somebody thought, hey man, let's transport this amount of cash through the airport on a plane and just land in Manila like nothing's ever happened. So yeah, I'd love to hear your theories of what went down. Let's take a look at some other people's comments. Someone says, how can people who are so dumb have so much money? Most of us are doing truly something wrong. Yeah, that is one of the first things that went through my mind. How is somebody that ridiculously stupid have that much money? I'm thinking these are just basically, soldiers carrying stuff around. Obviously, I doubt this money belongs to any of the 11 people arrested. But yeah, very good point. How could someone with that much money be so stupid? Another person says, well, local flight to Manila, there is something foul in that story because not leaving the country, I didn't know there's a limit when you transfer money in the country. I'm sure there's no limit, but you got to prove where you get that kind of cash. You know, of course, international flights, you have to declare anything valued over $10,000. Domestically, you're not required to do that. But if you're trying to screen or go past screening in big trolleys and lie about it, and this is a very suspicious situation. It's not like they had like $13,000, $20,000, $50,000 on them and they went through a domestic flight without declaring it. This is a lot of money. As you can see, this weighed over 490 kilos. That's a lot of weight. I mean, 20 kilos, they just hassle me for carrying that on a plane. But this is a private, charter, so it's not the same. Regardless, yeah, that's a very good comment if you're going domestically with regular amounts of money. Now, this was Mactan International Airport's official statement. This is what they said. The Mactan-Cebu International Airport Authority congratulates our airport security screeners for successfully intercepting a significant amount of undeclared cash found during screening procedures at the General Aviation Terminal of the Mactan-Cebu International Airport on May 10th. Authorities discovered 7 large trolley bags containing a substantial amount of cash belonging to 9 foreign nationals and 2 Filipino citizens who were about to board a private. So basically what we read, and they went on ahead and basically reassured the public they're doing everything they can to prevent any kind of illegal activity. So very interesting stuff. It's one of those things that just makes me scratch my head, the thought that goes through people's minds. But what are you thinking trying to sneak by that kind of money? I mean, I guess that's a good problem to have. Just joking, right? So, and also it sucks that they're doing this during election season because there's a rule in the Philippines, you can't be carrying, I think it's over 50,000 pesos without some kind of proof, or I'm not really certain about the details of that, but I gotta do some more research regarding that. Now let's take a second and read some top comments from the last video we did about that American that got scammed by the Filipina for 1.5 million. And Red Bart says, financial gains through deception is a crime in the Philippines. I'm glad to see they are taking it seriously. Absolutely. For people that are wondering, well, how was she a scammer if he decided to go ahead and give her the money? Well, this is something called estafa, right? So you can't just ask for money for one particular reasoning and end up spending for it's deception, right? You can't say give me money to buy food and end up at the casino spend that money. Somebody's trying to help you out. So that's theft in that way of deception. Red Bart, you make an excellent point. I'm glad they're actually cracking down on some of these scams. Lesser Me says, I bet everyone he told said, quote, don't do it. And he said, but I love her. I have no sympathy for a fool leading with his wallet only to get taken for his money. These dudes never take advice. Excellent point. Don't forget, as men or women, whoever is in control of the money, you don't have to send it. It's up to you. So you have to do your part to make sure that whoever you're trying to either give money to, help out, actually deserves it. Make sure you meet the person first before you ever send a single dime. And those are 2 of the top comments. There's a whole bunch more. And that's it for this video. Moving forward, I'm going to do more videos like this, do a complete deep dive into some of these stories that I find interesting personally. If you enjoyed that video, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, or even share this video with someone else that might also enjoy it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.